Jon Lovett walked onto the CNN studio floor, confident he had the perfect plan to embarrass Elon Musk. What happened in the next 90 seconds left viewers gasping and ended with security escorting Lovett off set in handcuffs. It was a typical evening on the Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer, breaking news, political analysis, and a special segment featuring tech billionaire Elon Musk discussing his latest infrastructure project with the Department of Transportation. The studio lights gleamed as Blitzer introduced his guests. Joining us now, Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, and Jon Lovett, former presidential speechwriter and popular podcast host. Musk appeared remotely from what looked like a factory floor, sleeves rolled up. Lovett sat in CNN's New York studio, impeccably dressed with a confident smile. "Thank you for joining us, gentlemen," Blitzer began. "Mr. Musk, let's start with today's announcement about..." Lovett cut in immediately. "Actually, Wolf, before we get to the PR announcement, I have something specific to address with Elon." His tone was sharp, rehearsed. Musk raised an eyebrow. "Sure, go ahead." "Elon, for months you've claimed this infrastructure project is about American jobs and innovation," Lovett said, tapping a manila folder on the desk. "But I have documentation here that tells a very different story." "What documentation would that be, Jon?" Musk asked calmly. Behind the scenes, CNN producers frantically communicated through headsets while Blitzer maintained his composure. "Before you open that folder," Musk said, "I should mention I'm aware of the claims you've been making on your podcast. I've come prepared to address them directly." This measured response wasn't what Lovett had anticipated. His confidence briefly wavered. "My cards are right here," Lovett recovered, opening the folder dramatically. 3 separate whistleblowers from Tesla's Nevada facility provided evidence that your company plans to use foreign manufactured components while claiming Made in America tax credits. These internal memos outline your strategy to conceal the origin of key battery components. Blitzer tried to intervene. "These are significant claims that would typically require fact-checking. The public deserves to know this so-called American infrastructure project is built on fraud," Lovett pressed on. "Elon has been lying to taxpayers, regulators, and his own employees." Rather than appearing defensive, Musk looked almost satisfied. "Jon, I was hoping you'd go this route because it gives me the opportunity to clear something up publicly." The screen beside Musk displayed a formal legal document. "What you're holding are indeed Tesla internal documents, but they're part of a counterintelligence operation we've been running with federal authorities for the past 6 months." Lovett froze. "Those documents were created specifically to identify a corporate espionage network targeting American technology companies," Musk continued. "The information was deliberately falsified. The only people with access to those specific documents are individuals we've been monitoring under suspicion of industrial espionage." "Mr. Musk, are you saying these documents are part of a sting operation?" Blitzer asked. "Precisely. And the fact they're now in Mr. Lovett's possession raises extremely serious questions about how he obtained them." The camera caught Lovett's face, paling as the implications became clear. "These were provided by whistleblowers concerned about..." "Those weren't whistleblowers, Jon," Musk interrupted. "We've already identified 2 of the 3 individuals who accessed these documents. Both are currently under FBI investigation for links to foreign technology theft operations. By presenting these documents on national television, you've potentially compromised an ongoing federal investigation." Behind Lovett, 2 men in dark suits entered the studio. Wolf Blitzer noticed their presence and appeared momentarily distracted. "This is ridiculous," Lovett said. "You can't just declare documents classified to cover up. They were classified 6 months ago when the operation began," Musk replied, as his screen changed to show a federal document with Department of Energy and FBI logos. "This is the authorization for the counterintelligence operation, The date is clearly visible. One suited man approached Lovett. Sir, we need you to surrender those documents immediately. Who are you? You can't just... FBI, sir. Those documents are classified. Surrendering them now will be noted in our report. As the second agent approached, Lovett's expression cycled through shock, disbelief, and panic. Blitzer turned to Musk. Perhaps you could explain more about this counterintelligence operation while we sort out this situation. For the past year, Tesla and other American technology companies have been targeted by a sophisticated industrial espionage operation, Musk explained. Federal authorities approached us about creating a controlled information environment to identify leak sources. The documents Mr. Lovett is holding contain deliberately falsified information seeded through specific channels. On screen, Lovett argued with the FBI agents, his microphone cut but his agitation visible. The operation has successfully identified several individuals extracting sensitive technical information and passing it to foreign entities, Musk continued. What's troubling is how this information was then laundered through media figures to appear as legitimate whistleblowing rather than theft of American intellectual property. I have nothing to hide, Lovett's voice suddenly returned as he stood up. This is an intimidation tactic to discredit legitimate journalism. Sir, those documents are classified. Refusing to surrender them is a federal offense, the agent replied calmly. These are copies. The originals are already secure. Possession of classified copies is still a violation of federal law, the agent stated. Please surrender the documents and come with us. Lovett grabbed the folder and backed away. This is exactly the kind of corporate government collusion the public needs to know about. John, you've been manipulated by people committing espionage against American companies, Musk said. The real fraud here is presenting stolen classified documents as legitimate whistleblowing. You expect people to believe this is some elaborate sting operation? That's convenient timing. It's not convenient. It's planned, Musk replied. We've known for weeks these documents were in circulation. Your social media post 3 days ago announcing you were going to expose the truth on CNN actually helped authorities prepare for this scenario. When an agent reached for the folder, Lovett pulled away and tried to exit. The lead agent blocked his path, and Lovett shoved him. Within seconds, all 3 security personnel moved in. The camera caught Lovett being restrained, the folder falling, papers scattering. This is assault on the free press, he shouted as an agent handcuffed him. Elon is using government connections to silence criticism. Before cutting to commercial, Musk delivered one final statement. What you're witnessing isn't an attack on journalism. It's the enforcement of laws protecting American technology and national security. Real journalists verify their sources and authenticity. They don't unwittingly become distribution channels for foreign intelligence operations. When the broadcast returned, Blitzer appeared alone. For those just joining us, we've experienced an unprecedented situation. Former presidential speechwriter Jon Lovett has been taken into custody after presenting what Elon Musk identified as classified documents related to an ongoing counterintelligence operation. Musk clarified, "This isn't about silencing critics. This is about protecting American innovation and intellectual property from theft." The documents Mr. Lovett presented contained deliberately falsified information created to identify leaks of sensitive technology. Within minutes of the broadcast ending, video clips of the confrontation exploded across social media. Lovett cuffed and espionage sting became top trending hashtags. Initial public reactions split predictably. Lovett's supporters claimed he was being silenced by powerful corporate interests. Musk's defenders praised the protection of American intellectual property. As more details emerged, the Department of Justice confirmed that classified documents related to an ongoing counterintelligence operation were inappropriately displayed, and that an individual has been taken into custody. 3 days later, the Justice Department substantiated many of Musk's claims. The FBI deputy director confirmed a significant counterintelligence operation targeting industrial espionage has been active for several months with the cooperation of multiple American technology companies. The press conference revealed that 2 of Lovett's purported whistleblowers had been arrested and charged with espionage on behalf of a foreign government. The third was believed to have fled the country. For Lovett, the consequences were severe. Released on bail but with his passport confiscated, he faced potential charges under the Espionage Act. His podcast announced an indefinite hiatus. A week later, Lovett stated through his attorney, "I believed I was receiving information from legitimate whistleblowers concerned about corporate fraud. I had no knowledge these individuals were involved in espionage or that the documents were classified." For Musk, the incident paradoxically enhanced his credibility. His companies were now seen as partners in protecting American intellectual property from foreign theft. The incident's long-term impact extended beyond the individuals involved. Media organizations implemented stricter protocols for verifying information from purported whistleblowers. Technology companies developed more sophisticated methods for tracing sensitive information. The final irony was that Lovett, who sought to expose what he believed was corporate deception, instead exposed something else entirely: the sophisticated methods foreign actors use to steal American technology and the countermeasures deployed to protect it. If this story made you think about the complex relationship between media, technology, and national security, subscribe to our channel. We'll continue analyzing high-stakes confrontations that reveal deeper truths about information flows and power in today's interconnected world. Because sometimes the most revealing moments come when someone thinks they're exposing someone else, only to expose something far more significant about society's challenges.